Hey, it's Larry back again, World's Panasonic. I had a video I've been thinking about. Been watching some reviews, for the TV shootouts. And I don't know, I don't want to come across as being, biased because, I want to promote Panasonic. But I think they need to do a completely new way of evaluating the TVs. Now, they try to have people come in. They block off what brand of TV it is so they don't know what they're looking at, and they decide which one, matches the so-called, the Sony professional monitor. It's like $40,000. Thing's what, 20-some inch, a little small. I don't know how big. It's not very big. But here's what I think they should do. Most TVs now, not all TVs, some of the lower end TVs do not have filmmaker mode, but most TVs have filmmaker mode, which, back on my TV, the VT50 over here, you had THX, Cinema, and you had THX Daytime, depending on what you was watching. And then they got away from THX, and now it's filmmaker mode. It's the big thing. And supposedly it's supposed to give you a picture that is as close you can get to what the director intended. Now, most people, even people that have some money, they're not going to have somebody come in and professionally calibrate their TV. It's just not going to happen. They get the TV. Now, a lot of people, if it's an average person, which most average people is not going to be buying these expensive TVs, but they're not just going to, they're not just, some people are just going to plug it up, plug and go. But average person that has the least bit of sense about home theater and stuff is going to put it on filmmaker mode or professional, but probably filmmaker. Now, there are people out there, I know Panasonic, I can't remember the guy's name. They actually had a colorist who worked at Hollywood. I know he did Wonder Woman. He did the mastering for Wonder Woman for the color and several other big hits, blockbusters. So they hired him to do their filmmaker mode setting for their TVs. I don't know how the other companies do, but to me, this is what they need to do. They need to find a colorist, or I guess that's what you want to call them, master, video master. I don't know what the term for it actually is, but the guy who gets the color, for the movies the way the director intended. And they need to have him have some of his source material that he knows, that is the way that it should look. And, he comes and, excuse that buzz, my dryer kicked off. I hate that thing when it does that. I may have to go turn it off. Give me just a second. I'll be right back. If I don't, it's going to buzz again. Okay, I'm back. And he comes in, and he knows, he has the material. He knows what it's supposed to be, and you put each TV, LG, Panasonic, Samsung, Sony, all in the filmmaker modes, and see which one, comes close to what it should be. I mean, I think, since Sony is using their own reference monitor for their TV, naturally, and Sony's not the only one that supplies monitors to Hollywood. Once again, Panasonic is big for that too. A lot of Hollywood studios use Panasonic monitors. But, so there's no favoritism or anything like that. You would see which filmmaker mode from the various TVs is actually equal to what he knows that it should be for Hollywood, for the director's intent. I just think it's become such a big deal. I know, like I said once before, I mentioned, and I don't know what they changed. Maybe they've changed the way they rate TVs now. But when my VT50 was new in 2012, you can go on YouTube and watch a video of it. AV Forums. They did a test. They bragged on it. Best TV they'd seen, and they gave it a reference status. But the new TVs, the OLEDs now, 2025s, 2024s, they get highly recommended. So I don't know what the difference is. I mean, that's why I tell my nephew, he's always constantly, well, not constantly, but he's telling me sometimes, get your OLED, get your OLED. And I really love my plasma. I'm happy with the picture. I don't really need 4K. It's a 65 inch. I might could go a little bigger, but I don't think I could go a whole lot bigger the way my shelf's set up over there and everything. But I think there has to be a better way to make competition, because when you're using, how do I say this? When you're using a monitor and your TV is made by the same company as that monitor, naturally you're going to have a little leg up, because you're going to get your TV to look more like that monitor, which everybody that's judging considers that to be the ultimate. So that way all the other TV manufacturers, they got their filmmaker modes. They might have to up their games or whatever they might want to do, but each one could see, that way, because, I just think it's not fair the way it worked, to me. There has to be a better way of doing this, and my critique of Panasonic in this situation is, back in the day, they made their their plasma panels. They didn't buy it from Pioneer and then, do little tweaks and everything. Well, now they're buying their panels from LG and then upgrading them to their specifications, adding this or taking this away, doing something to improve it. And I just wish they made their own TVs again, their own panels. And I will have to say, and you might not know this, they do not make their TVs now. They outsourced their TVs a year or two ago and have someone else making them. And it's a shame, because back in the day, now I'll have to tell you, this TV here, this BT50, it wasn't made in Japan. I think it mentions on the back, I can't remember, it's been so long, maybe made in Mexico with USA and so parts or something like that. And I'm not going to brag on it, because, just talked to a guy on Facebook, and he has one, and he said the HDMI board went bad on it. And he thinks he can get one from eBay. But it kind of worries me. I mean, it's getting some, but you know what? My TV hasn't been used a whole lot. Yeah, I really don't watch my TV like just watching TV. Well, I like YouTube, so I use the bedroom TV a lot more than I do this one. This one's just primarily movies, and then sometimes, there is a channel I watch, Heroes and Icons channel, which is pretty good. It's got some old shows. But, make some comments what y'all think. I mean, I think there has to be a better way, because how many people are going to have a calibrated TV like me? I wondered, because, it would cost, and when you get a calibrator, not only you got to pay the calibrator, but most likely there's none around close by you, and they're going to have to come in from another state. Sometimes they have to fly in on an airplane or whatever, and they're going to charge you for their transportation and all that. So you're going to have a lot of money tied up just to get a TV calibrated, So, I think there's a better way. I mean, it could be what I've said, and maybe a combination of other things, but to have a professional calibrator judge those TVs, would be a lot better than what they're doing, because You know, when you try to base it on something, I just think it's not right the way they do it. But and I'm not thinking, you know, like I said, I'm not saying that Sony don't make a good TV, you know, but I just think there's a better way. So, hey, it's tomorrow's Thanksgiving, and I want to wish everybody out there a happy Thanksgiving, a safe Thanksgiving. And even though I don't care much about turkey, my sister may make some ham. I may get some, but I'll make me some chicken because I love chicken. But better than I do turkey. Chicken's my favorite meat, as I should say. So everybody out there have a real good Thanksgiving. Have a good day, what's left of it. And I guess my next video, I'll give you a bedroom tour of my bedroom system, what I got in there. And then I guess I'll have to find some topics, you know, to keep up with so I can keep my channel going. So I will talk to you guys later and rediscover music with techniques.